Happy Monday, guys. What's up? Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can go and follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. And this podcast is always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com. They are having a 50% off savings right now, 50% off sale on the entire site. Using that code JUICE in the search bar activates all the savings, all the steak, chicken, pork, the burgers, 8 free burgers. They're going to give you 8 free jumbo franks, a ton of good stuff to jump in with, as we're going to have a lot of fun stuff going on with Omaha Steaks. Use that promo code JUICE in the search bar to activate all the savings. Okay, so a 1-2 day that could have been a 2-1 day. The Mariners led 3-0 going into the top of the 8th inning. They gave up 2 runs, unfortunately. They win the game 3-2. The run line doesn't cash. That's a kick to the you-know-whats with the Royals. The football game does not go the way we wanted it to go, although it was trending in the right direction, and then it just got to be the final preseason game, and it looked really bad in the second half. It was basically unwatchable. 17-13 the win for the Texans. So 1-2 day there. So down 1.1 or so units. It's a winning week, not a big winning week, but it is a winning week for us last week, which is always a good thing. So we come into a Monday, and I got to keep betting college football. I can't not. I got 2 college football bets. I got one for week 1. I got one for a future that I want to give you guys before that year kicks off coming up this weekend for week 1 over Labor Day. I have a baseball bet, and I'll have another baseball bet to give you guys in the Discord channel, because I'm either going to bet the Dodger game or I'm going to bet the Mariners game, and I don't know which one I'm going to bet yet, so we're going to hold off to get some more numbers here. I want to wait to see what the Mariners and the A's number is. Most likely I'm betting Mariners team total over, but I don't know yet. I might also bet the Dodgers game. I don't know, so I'll give you that in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat, but I will have 3 bets for you guys coming up on this very podcast for a Monday. Before I do that, though, let's talk about the Daily Juice NFL Pick Contest with our friends at Splash Sports. Update, we are at 95 entries. Okay, so we're almost a fifth of the way there here to get to 500 by the start of the college football season, or NFL season, sorry. NFL season, not college, NFL season. This is an NFL pick contest, sorry. 1 entry, 7 games a week, straight up, $50 entry, single entry per email address. You guys will have a chance to enter until September the 10th, 2023, okay? Somebody asked me, what is the deadline for an entry? That is not exactly clear as of yet, okay? I'm attempting to find out exactly the deadline. My gut tells me it's going to be somewhere around Saturday night, okay? That you're going to have all your picks in by Saturday night for the Daily Juice NFL Pick Contest. We are paying out the top 25 places. First place is $4,500. 25th place gets you $225. We have a variety of different levels that pay out. Second place is $3,775. Third place is $2,700. Fourth place, $1,800. And fifth place is $1,125. And then we pay all the way out to 25th place. So $50 entry. Over $22,000 in prize money available. September the 10th is your deadline to enter into this contest. $50 gets you in. We are operating off of a 500 number for entries, so we're about a fifth of the way there. So if you're not signed up, go to bettingpros.com/pick to be a part of it. bettingpros.com/pick. Also, I think this week my new gear should be arriving. So I'll start to model some of that stuff for you guys. The brand new Daily Juice logo is out. If you guys are watching it on YouTube, you know that's the new logo right there for the Daily Juice. Hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, other fun stuff. You guys can find those at bettingpros.com/shop if you want to go and check out the new gear we've got up on the website for us right now for the Daily Juice. Okay, let's start college football. Let's start with a future. LSU. LSU's win total is 9.5, juice to the over at -125. LSU, well, let's talk about their schedule here a little bit. Jaden Daniels, very high on the receivers. I'm high on the defense. We're going to see right out of the gate against Florida State what LSU is all about. Are they a national championship contender, or are they just a preseason, team that we're going to talk about a little bit and then it goes away? But can we find 10 wins even without the Florida State game? Okay, they play Grambling State next. Then they play on the road against Mississippi State, a game they should win. Arkansas at home, they should win. Ole Miss on the road, tough game, but they should win. Missouri on the road, not great, but they should win. Auburn at home, awesome game. They almost always win that. Auburn's in a rebuild. More on them here in a second. LSU's got Army coming to town. Then they play at Tuscaloosa. That could be loss number 2. They play Florida at home. Georgia State at home. Texas A&M at home. Let's say they lose to Alabama and they lose to Florida State. That's a 10-2 season. They're over 9.5 wins. As long as they don't get tripped up by somebody out of the blue, as long as they play and protect their home field. Their home games are Grambling State, Arkansas, Auburn, Army, Florida, Georgia State, Texas A&M. In the month of November, they go to Tuscaloosa, which is not a far trip, and then they end the year with 3 straight home games. I'm going to lay it. Minus 125, 1.25 units over 9.5 wins for LSU based on the schedule. And if they beat Florida State, we are rolling, okay? They beat Florida State. An 11-1 season is very possible. If they beat Florida State, it gives us a chance to actually have a game where they could get tripped up. I like it. 1.25 units down. LSU over 9.5 wins for 1.25 units. Again, if you guys want to bet more on futures, I don't blame you, okay? I do often personally, okay? I just don't like to recommend it because it gets people in trouble and your money gets tied up, okay? So I'd rather just give you guys the bet and I say 1.25 units. You can do what you want with it. Just know that I normally bet more, okay? When I like a future, if I'm going to have my money tied up for that long, I want the return to be somewhat of a significant return. I don't want it to be just 1 unit, right? I'm looking for 3, 4, 5 units, okay? Depending on how much I like the future. So just keep in mind when I give you guys future wagers, either NFL or college or NBA or whatever, more often than not, I'm laying more than 1 unit, but I don't want it to be official because I don't want you guys to lay more than 1 unit unless you really want to. You really shouldn't. If you're a new bettor, I really wouldn't. You can get yourself into trouble there where you can get blasted if you're laying a lot of money out for futures and then you get wrecked. So just heads up. I mean, I say officially 1.25 units, but some people, me, like to have more money because I like to have it be more significant. It's a 4-month bet, okay? So I like to have it be for a little bit more than 1 unit. Just heads up and FYI on that, okay? So LSU over 9.5 wins at minus 125. Let's talk week 1. I am so mad at myself at the moment about this. Auburn and UMass today. Now, it's currently Sunday night, 10:24. This game gets played on Saturday. The number was 38.5. It moved 2 points before I could tape the podcast. I'm so mad. It's now plus 36.5. I bet it. I didn't get the best number. It was 38.5 at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I should have bet it because UMass showed out. They're going to lose to Auburn, okay? I don't think UMass goes to Auburn and wins. It would be ridiculous to say that. However, 5 touchdowns. I'm doing math, Brad. 5 touchdowns. 7 times 5, 35, okay? It's 36.5. I would not bet this thing. I mean, it was over, 5 touchdowns and a field goal at 38.5. I'm so mad at myself. Why I didn't take 38.5? I'm angry, okay? But it's currently 36.5, and I don't want it to go down even more. I think this thing's going to drop even more, okay? If this thing goes below 35, I very well might come back and personally or maybe even officially bet and lay the 34 points on it and try to middle it in some form or fashion, okay? And just say, okay, let's see. If I lose, you just lay the juice down on it. I'm also going to look to live bet it for sure. My dream would be for UMass to get off to like a 10-7 lead or something like that after the first quarter, and then we have an Auburn number of like 21 or something, and we can lay it. Because I do think Auburn in the fourth quarter, Auburn will really lean on UMass, okay? But this Arizona defense, I'm calling it an Arizona defense, there are 8 players who transferred from Don Brown's team at Arizona to UMass, okay? That is a monster. They know the system, they know the language, they know the coach, and they're playing for a team that no one knows a thing about, okay? The Clemson transfer quarterback played so well, and eventually I'll learn how to say his name. But we saw it at Liberty when Hugh Freeze came in at Liberty. Things didn't go really well instantly. It took some time. Now, Auburn just got straight athletes. That's just, athlete to athlete. It's not even close. But UMass is not playing with an FCS roster or even a low-level FBS roster right now. They got players, okay? You saw it against New Mexico State. You saw what the defense can do. That run game is stout. They can stop the run. And if you stop Auburn running the football, that's going to make it very difficult for Hugh Freeze's offense, okay? Look, Auburn's going to score. I'm just telling you right now, Auburn's going to score, and we may need to get out of this bet very quickly with a live wager during the game and go, oh, man, UMass is in deep trouble. If it's 2 drives and 2 touchdowns, it might be time and trying to punt out of the bet, okay? But for right now, this is a good flag to put down. At plus 36.5, UMass should not be a 36.5-point favorite given what we saw last week on the road at New Mexico State. Yes, they won. Yes, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Yes, I'm fired up for my school. But it's just a football play. Okay, just look at the football being played, watch that game, and then Auburn's taking on a team that's already played a game on the road, okay? Already played 4 quarters, already played in the heat, so I don't think it'll be that big of a deal here just to go over it. Yes, it'll be more humid in Auburn, but I think UMass and Auburn is far more intriguing now, just given what this roster looks like and what Don Brown's defense looked like more than anything. 41 points. UMass averaged 12.5 points a game last year. They scored 41, including a pick 6 in the game against New Mexico State. And I'm not saying Auburn and New Mexico State are somewhat equal, but Auburn was 5-7 last year, and Auburn wasn't good. And Auburn's trying to turn things over. Again, athlete to athlete, not even close. But I do think UMass has a big advantage here. They've played a game, and I think a 36.5-point line is too heavy. UMass plus 36.5 week 1 against Auburn. We're going to lay it this early. Let's see how low this number gets, how far it drops down, because I'll be very curious if we can get a better number coming back up on Auburn. You get under 5 touchdowns, you may want to come back and bet Auburn as well and just have a chance to middle it. So I think if UMass scores 17, 20 points, we're good. I think it's like a 50 to 20 type final. I think UMass has a chance to cover that 36.5 points and maybe even cover, if you can find a 38.5 still flying around out there, go crazy. There was nothing left for anything but 36.5, and it was 38 just 3 hours earlier before I bet it. That is so frustrating when you miss a number, because I was just going to sit on it going like, let's just see what happens. I tweeted about it. I said, like, man, that 38.5, UMass got a real good chance of covering that number. It ran on me, unfortunately, so that stinks. But UMass, 1.1 units on the road at Auburn, plus 36.5 for week 1 in college football. Now, to baseball. Red Sox are hosting the Astros, and they are in desperate need of winning some games. They just lost 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers. Here comes Christian Javier and his road ERA, which is not that great for the Astros, a 5.33 road ERA. He is 4-1, however. 231 opposing batting average. Last time out on the road for Javier, he gave up 4 earned, 5 runs, and 4 2/3 up against Miami. But Boston just saw Christian Javier in Houston, 5 innings, 3 earned runs. Chris Sale goes to the mound for the Boston Red Sox, and this is an interesting stat involving Chris Sale. The Red Sox team total is 4.5 for this game. Now, it's minus 130. It's a little juicy, but Chris Sale has received a good amount of run support from the Red Sox when he has pitched. Now, I think that has to do with the fact the team knows that with Chris on the mound, they're going to need to bring their bats and score a bunch of runs. Chris Sale starts since he came back, 7-5 win, 10-7 loss, 5-2 win. Red Sox have scored 5, 7, and 7 runs in the 3 starts that Chris Sale has been on the mound. Team total is 4.5. Yes, it's a little juicy, but I'm gonna lay it. Minus 130. Red Sox team total at home against the Astros, over 4.5 runs here up against Christian Javier and the Astros. They may only score 5, but I think at home we got a chance to get 5 runs out of the Red Sox here. They scored 4 yesterday up against the Dodgers, 7 the day before. So let's see if Boston's bats stay hot with Chris Sale on the mound. Okay, now, like I mentioned, we're either doing a Dodger bet or a Seattle bet. I will tell you which game I'm playing and what market I'm going to jump into here with us for today to have 2 baseball bets going. I'll give that to you later on today in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat to get in. All right. 2 bets in college football. LSU over 9.5 wins at -125. UMass plus 36.5 on the road at Auburn in week 1 of college football at -110. Red Sox team total over 4.5 runs against the Astros at -130. And another bet to come later on today for baseball here on the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning. The Daily Juice Podcast being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.